My name is Rosemarie Wilson, aka One Single Rose. I was born on the east side of Detroit, and I am a full grown human.
And how did you first come into poetry and what drew you specifically to the Detroit poetry scene?
I had penned my first collection, um, and I didn't have any poems memorized or any spoken word type pieces. So I started to go out to the open mics to kind of get my spoken word chops up, see how it would feel hitting the audience, hitting the stage, seeing how the audience would respond, seeing if I would be scared shitless, and I was. It took me like a year and a half to get up the nerve to share in person after I released my first book. But as soon as I did, it's like the world just opened, and I've just been going ever since.
Okay. Do you remember the first poem you ever shared out loud? Where was it and what inspired it?
Yes. The first poem I performed out loud, well, officially on stage, was a piece I penned called "Can't Equals Won't," and it's a inspirational poem about if you tell yourself what you can't do, you most definitely won't do it. And it was at the International Institute in the museum district downtown at a Sean P event. So I had my god babies dancing on the side of me to kind of take the audience's view off me and put it on them as they were dancing. So it was kind of like a little angst type situation for me. They were going to relieve the pressure while I took that stage for the first time, and it was a very harrowing experience. It took a lot of nerve, like a year and a half, to get up to do that. But I wouldn't change it for the world. We got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did I answer all the questions?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Oh, where
I
was
think I
it? What
missed
inspired
something.
it?
Oh, yeah. What inspired the piece? What you tell yourself you can't do, you won't do. And Sean P gave me that stage, so I wanted to show my nieces that I'm here for the first time, and you guys say you want to dance, so let's get it.
Mm-hmm. Who's Sean Pete?
Sean P Entertainment. He's a promoter. He produces plays, the Vagina Monologues here in Detroit, a couple times. He's doing Tubi movies now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So outside of poetry, what kind of work were you doing at the time you entered the scene?
I was writing inspirational pieces. I had won my first poetry award, the two poetry awards, the National Poetry Awards, Poetry Author of the Year and New and Upcoming Poet in 2010. And that was off my first collection of poetry, but I had never actually hit an open mic or done any spoken word. And I was just basically trying to find my poetic way to see where I could fit in or learn from or be of value to the community by spreading the love and the inspiration and that type of thing that was given to me with audiences and hopefully the world.
Okay. What was Detroit like socially, politically, or culturally when you first joined the scene?
Oh, that was right after the auto crash. That was like 2008 to like 2011, something like that. And it was really crazy times because there was a lot of layoffs. We've always been struggling for as long as I've been alive, and we're still struggling. I'm watching generations come up after me, but it's always been basically about struggle and change and making a difference and being a positive light and spreading love. That's what I try to encompass when I create. So, did I answer that question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Socially, politically, culturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did answer it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Politically, I think that was right around Obama too. Yeah, we had Obama, so I was all like, "Yeah, power to the people. We got Obama. Let's keep this going." So yeah, I wrote a lot around those veins.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This next portion is about the spaces and venues and events. So, what do you remember about the poetry spaces you came up in? Where were they, and what did they feel like?
Oh, they felt like home, community, and love. We had the 1917 Bistro. We had 19926 Kirchville on the corner of Kirchville and McClellan. We had Nandi's Knowledge Cafe, um, Poetry Pages and Scribes, which brought me to my home, Manila Bay Café, which used to be in this building where we are right now today. And it was just always a community. There was one point where Manila Bay Cafe and Conscious Corner, we would do a bum rush the venue type thing where on the days that they didn't have their open mics, they would come to Manila Bay Cafe. And when we didn't have ours, everyone would go over to their venue. So we were like back and forth, and it was bum rush the venue. Oh, we over here tonight. We over here tonight. That went on for about a good 6 months or so. Yeah, it was just always everybody. And everybody supported everybody, no matter where we were, no matter who had a feature, who had an event, who had a showcase. There was somebody from all of the different groups of poets hanging out and supporting each other.
And do you remember the names of the hosts from the places that you mentioned?
Yes, Thomas Williams at the 1917 Bistro, Berhinda Williams at Poetry Pages and Scribes at the Southfield Public Library. That's where I took my first stage with doing the spoken word at like an open mic. That was my very first, and it was amazing. Nandi's Knowledge Cafe. I think the host at that time was, shoot, was it, shoot, I can't even remember. That was. I wasn't. I didn't know. Okay, I got to look back at my photos. Manila Bay Cafe. It was Stefan Clay, The Lost Rose, and Sean Moore Bay, and then I came on as the host. Conscious Corner. It was Kevlar, Ray, Freeway, and I think, yeah. Yeah, I don't know who else hosted there, but they all like took turns hosting on different days or at the same damn time. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Besides open mics, what other ways did people share or capture poetry back then?
Oh, I forgot about They Say with Peace and J Bell. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Besides open mics, what other ways did people share or capture poetry back then?
Oh, there were books, magazines, chapbooks, CDs, DVDs, YouTube, bookmarks, whatever we could write poetry on, we were passing it around. Yeah, I've always been a hands-on type person. I had brochures that I would give out. It had all of my information, my bio, where you can find me, and now that's reduced to one page, and it's just a QR code.
That's so funny because now, like, all these things that you name seem like archaic, like the CD. Some people are like, "What's that?"
Right. I started to bring you some CDs today. Actually, I'm gonna bring you some on our next meeting.
Yes, because the overall big dream is to like have an exhibition that lives for a very long time.
That'll be dope. Yeah, that would be dope.
So, influences and collaborations. Who were the voices that shaped you or inspired the scene when you started, locally or nationally?
Oh, always our sisters, Maya Angelou, Nikki Giovanni, so many Detroit poets. I could name them all, but we'd be here all day. A lot of the people that I've met along the way performing here, not just in Detroit, but all over Michigan and throughout the nation and also internationally too. So many people to name. Detroit wise, that influenced me early on, I would have to say it was Brenda Williams. She was the first person that I actually saw and heard, and her energy was amazing. And she ran a very good set. She was about her business, and I learned a lot from her about how to move poetically so that I'm not pigeonholed into just doing one thing with my poetry. There's so many different branches that I can take it to. Um, Definitely. Whew, yeah, it's so many people that I can name, but I don't want to name one person and then somebody say, "Well, you didn't mention me," because I know y'all, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. I'm not doing that.
Yes, you're not the only one to mention that.
Yeah.
A lot of charge it to my heart, not my head, or whatever the phrase
Yes. Yes.
is. Okay, were there any international, city, or statewide collaborations or travels that you were a part of or remember happening?
Oh yeah. Collab wise, that would be the Petone International Film Festival in Saint Lucia. So someone sent me some information and I connected with the curators of the film festival, and we became family. Um, I performed for them in St. Lucia a few times, and I've also become their poet laureate. So whenever they need something done poetically, they call on me and I pen for them. And they're based here in Philly. So sometimes I travel there and we just brainstorm, or well, they'll put on an event when they know I'm in town. So it's just always love, and we're always connected. And also the International Video Poetry Festival in Greece. I still have a great working relationship with Sissy Dutzil, who is an amazing poet. She's just like a fearless poet. She's like all over the world with it. Fuck you, I'm here. You're going to get this word however I give it to you, unapologetically raw. Um, yeah, Africa, my students in Africa with the Kistrich International Poetry Festival. I've mentored with them 3 or 4 times, and also we do keep in touch Zoom wise and WhatsApp calls, and I become auntie mama to a couple of the babies that had babies. Um, I collaborate with them on a few events, also workshops and such, and zines with them as well. Yeah.
Wow, that all sounds so amazing.
Oh, I forgot about Defected in the UK. I'm a singer songwriter with Defected Records as Queen Rose. So I pen spoken word and song over their house music beats, and that has branched out into different things. My poems have been on cans of relentless energy drinks and placed in movies and other recordings. And I've connected with other artists as a result of my involvement with Defected. It's just like it just doesn't stop. It's just going, and more branches coming along.
And you just recently were on a movie, right?
Yes, the La Maison. It's a fashion industry type movie based out of Paris. And I was looking at my royalty statements. I'm like, what is this? Let me check it out. And they had a really nice clip of my song "This Feeling" with Yuxik in the film. So yeah, that was exciting. And I was like, I don't understand what they're saying, but I get the gist of what's going on. But it was just dope. Yeah, it was dope to see it. I had a moment. I was like, oh, I'm at home. I can cry.
That was what's up, though. That's fine.
Thank you.
Okay. Evolution of the scene and language. How has the scene evolved since you became involved? What has changed? What has stayed the same? How have you changed? Feel free to answer.
Okay. Okay. The scene has changed. I feel like I'm the old bird. I'm the great mentee. So Peter Poet calls me. Thank you, my darling. And it's just amazing just doing what I'm seeing all the young poets doing now. They're out here, they're slamming, they're here, they're there, they're at this event, they're putting on that, they're coming together, and we have this faction, Poetry in the Park, and we're over here, and just watching them, their grind. And I was like, oh, I remember I used to do that But I'm an old bird now. I'm just gonna sit back and live vicariously through y'all. And if you ever need a word, holler at me. But it's like the word, it just keeps me going. It's like I always find something that I want to write about, or that I can relate to, or that affects my heart and my being, that I gotta talk about it. So as a poet, I kind of have that responsibility. If it's in me and the universe is telling me that I got to bring it out, then that's what I need to do. I'm always obedient to my pen. I always follow it wherever it takes me. It hasn't steered me wrong, and it's taken me on some amazing journeys all over the world. And I had no idea that this would even be happening, just by stepping out on faith and getting up the nerve to share a piece. And I'm just going. Did I answer all those questions? Because that was loaded like a potato.
I know. My question or your response?
No, my.
But no, I think you did.
Okay.
And let's see, what has changed?
Oh, what has changed? The sense of community. We could really benefit from a sense of community. We're out here, we're spreading the word, we're spreading the love. Everything that we do doesn't have to be a competition. You can compete with your peer, but love on your peer. Love on your people. You see somebody that's in need, if you got it, or if you have a resource for them, give it to them. It's not going to take away from you. It's not going to take away from them. You can add to it. And we all can be riding down the same street in different lanes, doing different things, and we all can excel the same way. You know, we just celebrate your sister, celebrate your brother. Where the love? Where's the love? Bring the love back.
Do you have any theories as to why there's like way more competition than before? Not that much of a sense of community?
Some things have happened that kind of destroyed the sense of community, and it hasn't been repaired. And, you know, a few of us have tried to put some Band-Aids on something that really needs a cast in order for it to heal. But conversations need to be had, and honest conversations. But a lot of people can't handle an honest conversation. But if you know the person that's delivering the message is coming in love, have a conversation, grow from it, and move on.
Have you experienced or witnessed any challenges or harm in the poetry community? How have you or others navigated that?
Yes, I have witnessed it. I have been a victim. I have had conversations and they just go without resolution. And I'm always someone who deals in peace. I like peace. I don't like drama. I'm not going to deal with it. You got one time to cross me. We're going to have a conversation. That third time, if it's still a problem, I'm just going to put you to the back and keep on moving to protect my peace. But just being honest and being raw and having a conversation. We write, but we don't listen. We don't hear. We feel, but we attack. And we become the victim. But honest conversations, moving in love, could change a whole dynamic.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have a poem about Detroit?
Yes.
Scene,
Yes.
or your experience in it that you would like to share or have remembered? We can circle back, but some people have just been doing it on a camera.
Yeah, for sure. I was born on March 13th, so I got Detroit shit all day. You just let me know what you want and I'll drop it for you. But yeah, I'll always write about Detroit because no matter where I go, someone has heard something bad about the city. So I try to dispel those myths with my poetry. So it's always Detroit love. I'm always writing something about the D and for the D. I have a book series called Miss Detroit, a chapbook series also, and I'm finally finishing up the series So yeah, look for her coming soon. I've had the copyright for her for a while now, but life is life, and then she gets put on the back burner. But it's time for her to come out, so she's coming out soon.
Okay. Would you like to share anything for the archive right now?
Sure. How long do I have?
How long
Okay.
is you?
All right, I'll do this one. This was one of my favorite Detroit pieces. It's called Detroit Love and War. Excuse me. The spirit of Detroit's head bows in shame. Uninviting images broadcast through the idiot box and the tangled web they've weaved, turning light minds all over the globe to mush with fear of the deed. Flights canceled. Overnight and extended stays delayed. Pictures of crime scenes on dilapidated streets with abandoned houses and vacant lots. Schools closed because kickbacks weren't thrown back. We're being laughed at, but ain't nothing funny. Stop smiling. Still don't nothing move but the money. We had emergency managers handling our cash, smash and grab ATM heists. 24-hour lockdown. I can't even front that my city ain't messed up, but I've caught an infectious disease called Detroit love that I can't shake, nor do I want to get rid of. I'm a D girl. I'm a D girl. Detroit's favorite girl. Ride not down as I rep for my city. Forget what you heard. Poetically, I dispel prejudicial myths about the 313. Cops highlights a small percentage of thieves inside the D's temple. Hardcore pawners do not depict the spending habits of every person living south of 8 Mile. Not all of our elected officials have hidden agendas. Detroit's title as murder capital was relinquished to another Michigan city, but our name remains fresh on tongues that aren't privy to that fact. Creative juices keeps our sanity intact. Musicians share their chemistry. Poets care more. A pastor listens to us whine, and Anita's my baker. Young Barry Gordy eyes sparkle at his dream girl. Together they scream in the red dawn after a 187. Let us transform the world's thinking, 'cause ain't nobody fresher than my clique. Detroit, baby. We're the ugly ducklings with nothing to lose, budding beautifully as swans. Our roses don't smell like boo-boo, but the stench from the breath of the uninformed who snub us does. This story is to be told and sold. We're the few, the strong, the proud, brilliant, resilient, built for tough. Detroit hustles harder. Our roads have always been rocky. No matter how many times we fall, we'll dust our shoulders off before overcoming that next speed bump. We ain't no punks. We'll finish what the bully started, so don't get it twisted. Talk ill about the D, you might catch a Joe Louis southpaw to your left jaw. Don't ever count us out. We're ready to bounce back off the ropes, and when we do, our old English D will beam brighter than Batman's spotlight in the sky. We'll band together, prepared for flight. Our wings are long and our determination's intense, 'cause when we play to win. Now run tell that to your friends. One single rose, no stems.
Jeez. I know the crowd was like, woo! Like, dang, I feel glad to be from Detroit. No, I already was, but you know.
Yes.
Good poem.
Thank you.
You just sitting chilling said
Thank
that.
you.
It's like, I still felt it like, man, I feel like, am I about to cry? Like, maybe, I don't know.
Detroit.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Snaps. Okay.
I forgot one venue. Artist Village. It came up when I remember the piece. Creative Juices, Artist Village. I think Knowledge was the host when I came up, and you know it was Knowledge, Jew, Black, yeah, Artist Village crew.
Okay. So, community impact and cultural significance. What do you feel are the positive contributions of the Detroit poetry scene to the city of Detroit and its people?
Everybody could use a positive word. And Detroit, it's like we're always the underdogs looking to come up. And that's why we hustle so hard. So as wordsmiths, keepers of the word, poets, spoken word artists, it's our responsibility to tell our truth, because people will try to water it down or make Detroit look, smell, and feel like what they wanted to smell and feel, but they've never even been here. They're just vibing off a stigma or what people tell them Detroit is. But it's all beauty here. It's all love here for me. That's why I'm still here. Did I answer that question?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We have 4 more questions.
Okay.
So, if you could name the era of poetry that you came into, what would you call it?
Discovery.
Why would you call it that?
Because I've seen from that era a lot of different type of poetic events pop off. We had poetic plays. We had poetic showcases. There were more slams. There were the collabs and the sense of community. And it's like we were discovering what we could do with the word and all the different places that the word could take us. And at least that was for me. And I've also seen that from others also. So, yeah, I would call it discovery. Yeah.
Okay. Where do you think Detroit poetry will be in the next 10 years, and what do you hope for it?
I hope Detroit poetry will be live, be communal, be viable, be a whole force to be reckoned with on another level. Become a hub. When people are looking for poets, they come to Detroit because they know we spit hot fire. Dylon, 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 Dylon. So when you're looking for whatever type of poet, you want your conscious poets, your inspirational poets, your erotic poets, your social issue type poets, your newbies that are still fire but just don't know that they are. You can come here and find all of that right here in the 313 because it's here. It's been here. It was here before I got here. We always have that positive word. We always have that good word. We just got to know how to channel it and how to go out and get it where it needs to be so that it can take us places that we never dreamed. Asheo.
If you had unlimited resources, time, how would you choose to uplift the Detroit poetry scene?
Ooh, I would choose to fund everybody whenever they went out to do a piece that they would get some type of remuneration. Because sometimes people they don't like to pay the poets. They'll pay everybody around the events, but don't want to pay the poets, give poets crumbs. I would love for us to make a great wage as poets with a great starting point. And even though we show our people love, I would love for people to value the word like you would a song. Value the word like you would a movie. You know, these poets out here are dropping these phrases that people gravitate to and they use. But we don't receive the remuneration that I feel is worthy of the words that we give in some situations. Yeah, you perform for your friends and you show them love or whatever, but at the same time, people recognize what it is that you're getting and reward that, respect it, and show it love.
Is there anything else worth mentioning?
Yes. Don't give up on you. Let your words speak. You are powerful. The word will never steer you wrong. Ever. Stay true to your pen. That's all I got.